Well, I got this idea of making this video. Maybe I can, maybe I can help a little bit about how to teach yourself how to analyze, to get away from rationalization, from rationalize. When you rationalize, it is very easily for anyone to convince you or something, to sell you something, because you are rationalizing, you are making sense of the sounds coming into your senses. And rationalization is a safety mechanism. It's a natural human behavior, and the whole idea of advancing civilization is to get away from natural behaviors, and that is what I'm trying to transfer to others. Until we as humans do not advance and get away from humanity itself, we need to become something else. We need to become a biology like no other to be able to advance. We are too primitive. So how can I transfer that? How can I transfer that learning that I have acquired by my own experience moving around the planet? And that is what I'm trying to transfer. It's not a philosophy. It's not an identity. It's not a strategy. No, not at all. It's just biology. We must resist the urge of protecting ourselves, and that is basically, it is that simple. Rationalization is a protective mechanism. I rationalize to protect myself. Basically, I am weak. I am an idiot. I am an entity that is just coming through life on a very short time. I know that I am sentenced to die. I know all this. So because that reason, I protect myself. Otherwise, I will go crazy. And that is what is happening to humanity. We are going insane because we know we all going to die. We are sentenced to death. So to be able to advance humanity, you have to live humanity. You cannot advance humanity if you are a human. You have to become something else. You have to become a modern man, a Homo sapien, intelligent, and that intelligence is only achieved if you stop rationalizing and learn to analyze. I was reading people's comments, and I learned quite a lot. And I know the strategists are doing exactly the same. They are analyzing all this data that people write on comments, and it is designed to sell you stuff, to sell you stuff. I mean, to sell you crap. So how can I transfer that is what I want to learn, and this is an attempt. I mean, all I can do is having an attempt. I'm not a genius, you know. I'm just like a human, just like you. I'm not a superhero, a Superman, a super humanistic philosopher. There's no way I can compare myself with Aristotle. I mean, there's no way. But I can give it a good try to transfer my observation. So there we go. The English are controlling the information and the rationalization of the population of the United States of America to control us, to control the people. How I know that? Because they control the corporations, they control Hollywood. They make the movies. So somebody make a comment. Well, they've been doing that since I don't know, the 1930s. Pretty much all the actors are from England. Well, yeah, that is exactly what I am saying. But they, in their mind, they're protecting themselves. They cannot see a long period of time. They cannot analyze time. Their time is 1 minute. That's it. Hey, this is what I'm looking at. That's it. It's over. They do not analyze. There is a strategy. Yes, they are correct. The observation is correct. The English has been here for a long time. For a long time. Little by little changing us. Little by little changing us. Telling you that you are English. Well, the reality is that you come from someplace else. So now today is complete. Today the amount of information is full 100% English, to the point that I go into a museum in the United States of America. A museum where the highest technology of humanity are displayed, like the National Atomic Testing Museum in Las Vegas, Nevada. And I can go countless museums, not just that one, from ancient Rome to now. And I asked the curators, what nationality are you, sir? And they look at me like puzzled, like, what am I going to say now? They have told me from Italian to Chinese to whatever. They have tell me American. I am an American national. They have told me US. They have told me they don't know their own nationality, and this is the people they are transfer learning to the next generation. So that means that the English controlling the information now, probably from the past, in my opinion, since 1820s, when General Jackson going to Florida, after the English saboteurs, they were inciting the native to attack the colonies or attack the United States, in this case, already being created by the Spaniards and the French. Since that time, or probably since the beginning of the United States of America, the English has been here trying to take us over again. From the War of 1812. The War of 1812 was about that. Was about a fight in between the French and the English. There's no doubt about that. It wasn't a strategy to keep the United States of America on one side or another. To this day, we're still doing that. World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, is all the same. And we do not see it. We do not see it because we are rationalizing. We are protecting ourselves. No, the English are not taking us over because we're superior. The reality is the opposite. That is Hollywood. Superman is from England. And you say, no, but it's no truth. They are allies and all this crap that you are rationalizing. Analyze the data. If you don't know your nationality, they are attacking you. It's simple as that. Let me go further. Maybe you understand how I arrived to this. Let me give you an example of that. Let me use I got this idea from a person that I call a friend. I call everyone a friend. I don't have enemies. So even if people attack me, they get confused because they are rationalizing and they attack me. and I understand their position, and I feel sorry for them, and I try to make them grow because they are geniuses. These people that I come in contact with every single day around my travels, not only in social media, they call media for a reason, no, in a biological, or I cannot even pronounce it, when my biology touches another biology, they say on the supermarket, on a bar, on a restaurant, I mean, I truly see humanity at its best. But they go through life and they don't know that they are geniuses. So I got this idea from a fellow on YouTube called himself Mongoose 1980. I think it's a bicycle. His name, he modeled himself after a bicycle. So Mongoose 1980. I think this man is a genius. So now he gave me this idea of how to transfer the ability of stop rationalizing to analyzing. So that is what I'm attempting right now. So I already took you from what is where we need to be. We need to be analyzing. I already took you through how we rationalize something. The English is not attacking us because they've been in Hollywood for such a long time, so in the 1940s, 30s, or whatever, when Hollywood was beginning. So if you don't see that reality, then you are rationalizing. So now I understand what rationalization take you to somebody take advantage of you, to control you, to use that rationalization against you. So now I'm going to tell you now the techniques, how they do it, and I'm going to use Cartagena de Indias, Colombia, because that is where my idea come from, as from a comment in YouTube. The comment was, well, why Simón Bolívar's name is the name of a county or a region in Colombia, but he actually was from Venezuela. Why? That is the reality. Why that is. So there we go. I'm going to tell you why it is, and have all to do with analysis and rationalization. That is the key. That is the key of humanity. That is what makes us human. So Cartagena de Indias is the name of a geographical point, a city. So now, why is called Cartagena de Indias? Well, you have to go back to the origin of the name. So let me take you back a long time, a very long time. We have something is called the Cartagoneses, and the Cartagoneses actually were Phoenicians, and the Phoenicians actually were Hellenes or Greeks. So now, why a town in the American continent has the same name as the Greeks 10,000 years ago? And I'm going to tell you why. Because it is the same name, it is the same people. Analyze what I have said. Do not rationalize it. Do not fight it. Do not say, "No, you crazy, Pavel." Well, let me walk you through it. Let me walk you through the name, through town, and what it does, what a name does, what a sound does to a human. It attaches your identity. It sound is who you are. You receive sounds, and that sound gets into your head, and you are a human, and you have human behaviors and make you who you are. So now we know the Carthago, the Cartagineses are actually Phoenicians. The Phoenicians are actually Greeks. So now these people move. This biology move. This is people. This is humanity. This is biology. So they move and they fight and they crash and they do all these things to promote themselves. So they move into the Iberia Peninsula. And they form a city named Cartagena. But remember, the Cartagena is just the name that was created by the Cartagineses. So when they move into the Iberia Peninsula, the Cartagineses moved into the Iberia Peninsula and found that town to control the Mediterranean, or to control the Pass of Hercules. It's Greeks. They were Greeks, so they call it Hercules, the end of the world. You know, that's what they call it, Iberia. So now they form a city in Carthago. Carthago is there today. So now what happened? The other tribes that were forming around, they say, wait a minute, these people are getting too powerful, and we call ourselves Romans. So they are Greeks, but we are also Greeks, so that belongs to us because we are Greeks too. So now we are going to basically compete for their geography, for Carthago. So they come all the way around and they fight each other and they do strategize and they utilize rationalization to control the population. The native population is like today the United States of America is like a safety mechanism, like a safety valve. You know, if I can make you me, you fight for me. So that is exactly what happened, and the Romans won at that game. So now they changed their name, Carthago Nova, New Carthage. That is what the name of the city became. And now it's no longer in the Iberia Peninsula in Cartagena. It's now in Hispania because they're changing their name. They're changing your way of thinking. Now you are no longer a Carthaginian or an Iberian. Now you are a Roman. So now I don't know, 800 years goes by, Carthago Nova, and then it show up somebody else, the Visigoth. Holy crap, these Visigoths destroy everybody. I mean, these people, they are Rodriguez. Their names are Rodriguez, Gonzalez, Jimenez. These people, hey, don't mess with these people. These people, they are strong. And that is exactly what happened. They destroyed the Roman Empire. They completely destroyed. It took them quite a while from being slaves to being the rulers of the world, the creators of modern world. So now these Visigoths, they changed the name from Carthage, I cannot pronounce it, to Carthago Nova, to now Cartagena. But now they start fighting one another, becoming weak, becoming complacent, just like the United States of America is doing right now. Oh no, we're not being attacked, and we just wanna be farmers and grow a little corn here and have a little pigs and a little chips, right? But guess what happened? There it comes, the Moros, the Arabs. The Arabs got in and took over Carthago and say, hey, guess what? You're no longer the new kid in town. Now we are. And for 800 years, they changed the name again. They got all kind of names of that town, from Maryland to, but it's still being called Cartaginés by the Arabs, or by the Moros. So now they got complacent themselves. It's like a repetition, and that is why I say that the only way that humanity will advance is by stopping being human, because we completely do exactly the same over and over. It's repetition. So now remember the Visigoths, the Moros replace. Well, these people, remember that they were the strongest. They destroyed Rome. That is something to say. These people utilizing techniques of rationalization completely unite all the tribes basically in Europe, and they went after the one they invaded the peninsula, the Iberia Peninsula. Remember, these people are no Spaniards, these people are no Cartagineses, these people are no Roman. No. These people are Arabs. The Bereberes from Africa. These are Africans. These people, they rule Europe, and they were the most advanced. They were Africans from the African continent. So now the Visigoths already have convinced everybody that they are no longer Visigoths. Now they are something new. They are Spaniards. They are all kind of kingdoms, Visigothic kingdoms. They are Castilians. They are Aragoneses. They are all these kingdoms. So they finally through warfare and human techniques push the Moros out, and now Cartagena is again part of the Visigothic kingdom, better known as the Kingdom of Spain. The Kingdom of Spain. So now they took over the peninsula. Now the name have changed from the original Carthaginian name of the city. It went through the Roman period for, I don't know, over 1,000 years. Now it went to the Visigothic kingdom for another, I don't know, since 476 to 711, and then from there all the way to 1492 was Moro. So now we have, you change the name, you change the name, you change the identity of that city and the population in it. So now we already in 1492 in the Kingdom of Spain. In the Kingdom of Spain were it. These people were controlling the entire freaking world. At this point, they kicked the Moros out, and they were first called the Kingdom, or the Catholic Kingdom. The Catholic mean universal. It was the first universal kingdom. That is what the Pope called them. So now they truly going for the universe, their universe, because it happened that they discover America. They discover America, and America is also a name. It's a reason why names are important, and important to protect them. So now they come to America, and they form a new political jurisdiction called New Spain, and they sort of like expand, and every time they expand, they add a new jurisdiction to be easier to control. It's a political and economical jurisdiction. You got jurisdiction so you can have people who you utilize to control that geography. So now where they created this new city named Cartagena. They put the name of Cartagena because they name it after Cartagena in the Kingdom of Spain, and the same Cartagena the Cartagoneses erected 5,000 years prior or whatever the time. So now, as you see, they're replicating, they utilizing rationalization, so you can accept that you are an Iberian in a new world. And this new world was called the Kingdom of Grenada, I think it was. I forgot. But I think it was called the Kingdom of Grenada, or anyway, it was part of the New Spain, part of that jurisdiction, New Spain. At one point, I think it was also called the Capitanía General de Cuba, because from Cuba they control pretty much all the entire commerce and political movement of information of the American continent down through Cuba, the island of Cuba, Puerto Rico, Dominica, the Caribbean. So now, let's analyze everything that I just said, how you utilize it. That is the key. The key is how you utilize that information. If I tell you that Cartagena, the Indias, is modeled after the Cartagoneses, that were Greeks 10,000 years ago, will you believe it now? Will you analyze the data? Will you analyze why it was created that way? It was created that way to give you that identity. But if now you refuse that identity, you do not accept it, of course, you're no longer one of them. You are somebody else. And guess what happens when you're somebody else? Your enemy will destroy you. Because those who are telling you that you are somebody else are actually your enemy. They want to separate you. They want to make you be one of them, one of the enemies. And that is what happened in the United States of America. It is that simple. It is rationalization. When you get the Sean Hannity guy and the Cuomos and all these people on television repeating to you that you are an American and that you are black and that you are a color, and white is not a color. No. Brown is a color, black is a color, but white is not a color. No, we're superior. Those are your enemies telling you that you are not a Cartagonese from Hellenic times. But you are. Your biology has traveled through all that time, changing names. That's all. Your biology, your mama and your daddy are from where the Greeks name that geography the land of Hercules. It is that simple. So you are who you are. So now you're going to Cartagena. I have never been to Cartagena, but I've been to every place else similar to Cartagena, because there is no difference in between Cartagena and Havana. There is no difference in between Havana or Miami, Florida. There is no difference in between Miami, Florida or Houston, Texas. There is no difference in between Houston, Texas or the District of Columbia of New York or San Juan, Puerto Rico, or I don't know, someplace in Argentina. By the way, the Kingdom of Spain. Because what is happening is they are showing you and they are removing you from reality. For example, the Cubans, right? If you look at all movies made by the English sometimes in the 1930s and 20s, you can hear on all these Hollywood movies the sound of the islands. You hear that sound of the island, the original unity of sounds, European sounds with African sounds, with native sounds, like the United States of Mexico music, the music from the islands, and you hear that in the movies. And now you go today into Havana. No longer they play that movie. They no longer play danzons. They no longer play music from Spain. Now they have this new creation, because what they're doing is creating you a new identity. That is what it's doing, what is happening. So the language remain the same because they cannot change that. When the language gets into your head and you wire yourself up, your biology is wired to that sound. It's impossible to take it out. That is what I'm trying to say. We need to go beyond that. We need to no longer be humans. We need to be a new identity that we must create with our intelligence, and remove that creation of identity, that creation, the changing of sounds, to unite us as one people that we are for real. So let's analyze now why the reality. Let's analyze, not rationalize. Let's analyze. Let's get the numbers out, so you can see what I'm talking about. Simón Bolívar. Who is Simón Bolívar? Who is José Martí? Who is all these people? They founded the United States of America. Esteban Rodriguez Miro. Who are they? Where they come from? Why they name themselves Spaniards and Colombians and Venezuelans and Cubans, United States of American nationals and Spaniards and Catalans and Aragonese and Greeks and Carthaginians and Phoenicians and Romans and Visigoths? Because they are the same people. Analyze the data. Simón Bolívar, his father and mother were a biology that at one point or another was a native of the American continent or a native of Cartagena. It is that simple. And you can go out there and you can fight it all you want. You can go out there and rationalize it, oh no, they are not the same because they're music, and you can rationalize all this crap in your head. The Iberians are different because no, they are European. They're more like Europeans. No. That is what you see right now. That is how short eyeball you have. You're only looking at one specific point in the time of your biology. You must resist that to advance. If you want to be a leader of men, it doesn't matter if you do it in the millions or you do it just in one. You must understand reality. You must speak to yourself first the reality of life. Do not protect yourself. I cannot protect that my father and my father before me were killers. That is what they were. They kill everybody. They kill everything. These people give you pars romana. Those were my parents. I cannot protect myself at the same time from the reality that my parents were killers, but not only killers, they too were slaves from others. And that is the key. The key is that you must stop protecting your mind, protecting yourself, and look at the reality around you. Look forward 10,000 years from now. Look behind 10,000 years from now. And then you start seeing a pattern. Then you start seeing what I'm seeing. It is that simple. I'm not a genius. I'm just learn to analyze. So stop rationalizing. And Simón Bolívar, if you track his biology, He came from the Iberian Peninsula. He came from Carthago. He came from the Italic Peninsula. He came from the Holy Roman Empire. He came from Germany, what we call today Germany, that doesn't exist before, I don't know, 1990s. All this is related. We are, all of us, humans, at all of them, all of us, humans. It doesn't matter where you at. Alaska, Antarctica, I don't know, Africa, Asia. It doesn't matter if you call yourself a Christian or call yourself whatever you want to call yourself, Muslim, or whatever. It's all related, all related, all related. You know, if you really dig it out, analyze the data, there is no different. The difference is that we change our names and we change the way we think to control one another. Well, let me stop my rant because, you know, this is quite a while, but, you know, I mean, that is the only way that I can transfer a learning, because I have no other way. If I tell somebody, hey, listen, the English, no, you make your own observation of it. The English are being in Hollywood for a long time, and then you tell me they are not important, that they are not changing you. Well, guess what? You are not analyzing. You are rationalizing that they control you. That is what is happening. So, saludos.